What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The Scene Snob here with another episode of the Scene Snob Reviews. And this is Ip Man 4, the finale, the final installment in a storied franchise that is actually my favorite franchise. It's the Ip Man franchise, starring Donnie Yen. And now, I went and saw this movie. Now, if you've never seen them, basically, to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown so you have a better understanding, Ip Man is the Grand Master of Wing Chun that taught Bruce Lee. So he was Bruce Lee's sensei. And so this follows his, again, like I said it before, but storied life. Like, it's just truly brilliant. And through four movies, and this is the fourth and final one. They're not making any more after this, and it has followed through. I mean, these movies have to be about 15 years old. They keep going. They kept going with them, and each one got better and better as it went on, and it's a beautiful tale. And I want to do a non-spoiler review because it's just coming out, and I want everybody to get a chance to see it, and I don't want to ruin anything or take away from any of the beauty of it. I just want to comment on some things. Like, one, Donnie Yen gave an amazing performance again. He has grown with this character, so to see him get to a point where he's at this point in this stage of Ip Man's life, he is older. He's an old man. He's diagnosed with cancer in it, so like that's very right out of the gate. Like, part of the story, and it just kind of tells his tale after that, and like what happens. It's very much about fatherhood and doing right by your child, but also being a man of principle. Holding on to those principles and those teachings and things like that that you find sacred. So the movie, I think, is 1964 is where it takes place. And basic story overview is Ip Man he has cancer, so he wants to take care of his son. Now his wife has passed away and everything. That's from third movie, so if you're not caught up on it, no spoiler. I'll spoil there. You should see it. But so he wants to take care of his son, so he travels. He's given an opportunity to go and see his student Bruce Lee put on a martial arts demonstration. So he travels to San Francisco to do that. And he's also looking into schools for his son. He wants his son to go to a better school, and he thinks America is the way to go. So he gets there. He has to deal with a lot of, tension, and he finds himself having some adversaries. Like, there's the CBA, which is the Chinese Benevolent Association, which is grandmasters of all different martial arts that kind of run the neighborhood in Chinatown, and they're the go-between through the government, things like that, to their say gets them in a lot of places. So he needs a letter of recommendation to get his son into a good school there. And so to kind of go on from there, like, he finds himself having some tense moments with the Marine base that's there in San Francisco, and the Marines there because there's a racist sergeant who is kind of going after him and the other masters. And I don't want to give away too much about that. It's played by Scott Adkins, really good role. If you don't know Scott Adkins, he's done tons of action movies, great martial artist, and he had a great turn in the Universal Soldiers when they continued that, where there's just some really cool stuff that you should definitely go check him out. Look him up if you can. So Donnie Yen just plays this perfectly, and the music throughout all these movies has just been beautiful. And I found, like, I was sitting in the theater, and there were some people laughing at certain parts. Now, yeah, I understand that it's all filmed in China, and there's a lot of the actors who were the white actors in the film were played by Australians. They were supposed to be the Americans, but of course, being filmed overseas, they got Australian actors. So, like, a lot of their accents kind of slipped through. And there were some moments that you could laugh at, but I don't know how you did when you were watching this movie, because it was just a beautiful movie. And it was a beautiful send-off to this gorgeous story that has been going on for, almost 2 decades. Played masterfully by Donnie Yen. Um, so if for anybody who hasn't seen him or doesn't know who Donnie Yen is, like if you've seen Rogue One, he played one of the monks, like Force monks that protected the Wills in the movie. He played the blind one. So just a really good. He's just a really good actor, and he's done some great stuff. So definitely check him out. But like, I'm still bewildered. I just got back from this movie a little while ago, and I just had to sit down and kind of talk about it. So I'm kind of gathering my thoughts. I didn't even take notes. I usually sit there with my notepad and take all the notes. I didn't even take notes because I was just so enthralled in this movie. So like, I felt like my excitement kind of builds to it, like what I'm trying to say. So I 100% say go see this movie. If you haven't seen the franchise, watch them all. They're beautiful movies. Um, and just this is just the final installment, and it just I'm sad to see it go because it is gorgeous, but it tells his life, and that's what it was about. Um, it was truly, it's just beautiful. Just beautiful is the perfect word for it, uh, and the choreography for the martial arts scenes is just still perfect. And the one thing I love about it is like there's a lot of things throughout the movies that kind of change. And one thing Donnie Yen plays really perfect because he doesn't age well. He ages naturally, so he ages like maybe like 15 years in the movies from the first one to this one. But this is telling the tale of like um, this man's life, Ip Man's life, from the time he was like in his young 20s to the time he was 79. So they didn't do any aging makeup. Like if you go back and look at pictures of him, he was an old man by this time. And it looked like it. Like he was an old bald man, like teaching his school. But uh, Donnie Yen plays it. It's just his natural progression of age. So like he looks like he's in his 40s, and he's playing a 79-year-old. So you accept it though because he plays it with such grace, and he also plays the role like just because he doesn't have the makeup on to make him look older, like he's 79. He like if you watch from the first, second, third, and fourth, like as time goes on, he slows down. His martial arts, like his style, everything, like it's not that he's still not fast. It's that he's just not as fast as he was. Or he takes the hits a little harder than he did in the last one, so or he can get like, and each martial art, there's always different martial arts going up against each other, and it starts from the very first one when it's like the northern Wing Chun versus his southern style of Wing Chun, um, and kind of going through all that. But like you deal with boxing, you deal with in different movies, you deal with boxing, you deal with street fighting, things like that, and like all over the world type of different fights. And like in this one, it's like karate and Marine Corps fighting, but he also goes up against Tai Chi, he goes up against others. So what I always find really sweet about all these movies are they don't dismiss any martial art. They don't say karate's the wrong way, this is the right way. He fights, and that fighting style is great and works. And like you see him have to maneuver his way around and figure it out. But so they don't dumb it down. They don't try to say like this is better than this. They just say it's the person fighting. So like if he's fighting somebody who's kind of an evil guy, like in this one, Scott Adkins plays a really racist character in this. And he's mean and he's angry. So that's what disrupts his fighting style. That's what helps Ip Man win is the fact that, yeah, karate works. In the right hands, karate can be fantastic. And they're great fighters who are fighting with it, but they're not good people. So they're going to have weaknesses. And I just thought that was beautiful. So like everything in every movie is just, it's really handled really well. And it's beautiful storytelling, gorgeous cinematography. The music, I cannot get over. The music is just beautiful. It's wonderful to your ears. Like everything you hear is like heartbreaking at times, or it's exciting, and like it ramps up perfectly, or then it slows down to the right pace that you need it to be. And I truly loved this final movie. and I had to talk about it. So I don't want to ruin anything for you, so I didn't get too far into it. I know sometimes I do spoiler reviews, but I say go check this out. And if you haven't checked any of them out, go check all of them out. It's worth it. These beautiful stories. So that being said, I am the Scene Snob. This the Scene Snob reviews Ip Man 4, the finale. Give me a like and subscribe, please, and hit that notification button because we have constant content always coming out and some good stuff. So please check them out. The podcast, we have review shows. We got more stuff coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So also check out the scenesnobs.com. That's where we have everything, the links to everything. You can go anywhere. So definitely check out thescenesnobs.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at the Scene Snob. I'm I'm on there all the time. I love to hear from people. So always give me, I love feedback and things like that. Or go on the Scene Snobs Facebook page. You can find us on there, and I am very active on that as well. So look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.